Alright guys, now as we approach our track entry, if you've not hit start recording on your PDR system, now would be a good time to do that. Alright, we're going to cruise on the track here, gentlemen. Work your way to fourth gear and stay to the left side of the merge line. We'll take it nice and easy this first lap, just that way we can feel out our track conditions. Make sure we're hitting all of our marks properly at a little slower speed, and then we'll build speed off that precision. Now, one thing I always like to mention as well is later in the day, sometimes, you get a real good idea of where the track's going. You know the track really well mentally, so your eyes sometimes can get complacent. You don't want to let that happen, okay? You want to make sure you're still visually scanning around the corners as far ahead as you can, still receiving that visual information. Looking around to the right, gentlemen. Another common mistake people make is when you're going into the apex, people stare at the apex cone. You don't want to do that. When you approach your apex, look at where you're going to accelerate the car to, or where that next corner approach is at. Slightly early there, but good job with your apex, just making that slight adjustment to make sure you get to the apex at the proper time. No biggie though, we just keep your peripheral vision a little bit more open coming into that corner. Alright, looking down through here, look all the way down to the bowl, okay? Let these corners right in front of us be in our peripheral. Now, Bob, you need a little bit more space in the car in front of you. Let it come up to the middle, look into the left quarter, down to the apex curve, and then we can accelerate out. Okay, try to hit that a little bit more square to the hill. Okay, we'll do that next lap. One thing I want you to do is be a little easier on the brake in these tight technical corners. We don't need to slow down a lot. I want you to work on dragging the brake a little bit better so you put more weight over the front end of the car longer. Okay, go ahead and accelerate out, Carter. Eyes up. All right, keep accelerating through this one gently to keep the weight on the rear tires. And then we'll brake lightly to put weight on the front tires. That's all we need to do. We don't need to slow down a lot. Okay, now slow down for this one. Look right. Ride the brake pedal in. And then squeeze the throttle down as you straighten the wheel out. Okay, as we slow down to third gear, look to the right. Bring the car gradually in. Look all the way across to the next apex. Okay, go ahead and start adding your power in, Carter. We'll accelerate gently through that dog leg and on the power up to fourth gear. So in the next corner, I want you to be a bit more patient with your initial steer. Okay, be patient, look right, steer in smooth, all the way in tight up on the curve. There you go, now accelerate out. Do you see how that opens up your exit? That's good. All right, you did good. You were balancing well too, but we used just a little too much brake pressure when we balanced. So when I say balance brake pressure, you want to use just enough to turn the brake lights on, okay? Eyes up through here. You're doing great. Your line looks good. We're just working on footwork right now, okay? Light brake pressure. Just turn the brake lights on gently, let it turn, and then we can start to accelerate through this apex. And what I'm talking about here is get parallel with this white paint line. As you come up, accelerating, that's better. Look up to the left, keep it going up here to the left, Carter. There you go. Now just turn the brake lights on. That's all you need, all the way to this red and white curve. There you go. Good. That's perfect. See how easy that was? Light brake. Just turn the brake lights on. Good. And accelerate out. Some corners you need a lot of brake pressure to slow down. Other corners, you know, we just need to balance the car. That's it. Okay, looking up ahead of us here, Carter. Just balance on this one. Just turn the brake lights on. Slow the car down. Looking right. Balance in lightly. And then unwind and accelerate out. Okay, firm initial brake pressure. Now lighten up right about where I'm at to balance. Look across. Okay, bring it back around. Accelerate out. Good. Up and in here. Okay, brake firm initially. Good, firm. Now lighten up on your brake. Go to balance brake pressure as you turn. Good. That's better. Squeeze the throttle in. You're doing good, Carter. You know, if you overslow a corner entry, the problem with it is, yeah, it's safe, but then you might pick up the throttle early trying to regain what you've lost. So you have to kind of keep an eye out for that. We'll accelerate down through here. Accelerating. Light brake. Looking across. Down to the apex. And then accelerate out. Eyes up the hill. Parallel with the white line. To the hill. Looking up to the left. Light on the brakes here. Very gentle. Just like we talked about last lap. Good. Light brakes down to third. Look towards the exit of the corner and accelerate out. Down to third gear, looking right. Good. Of turn 2. Look up ahead. Good. Much better, Carter. Good improvements, okay? We're going to do a rotation, so you're going to stay to the right. I'm going to come across the left side of the you're waiting on the red number 19, and then you'll jump back in line. Okay. Looking across here. All right, Brandon, looks like we're all back together now, so we'll go ahead and start squeezing the power in. Light on the brakes, looking right. Looking up to the right, Brent. Doing good, placement looks good. Just a little early into 5B, so we weren't able to accelerate off that corner as early as we could have, because we weren't able to unwind soon enough. Brandon, looking really good. Keep consistent, that's the key. Now we did apex that last corner a little early back there at the bowl. Now let's make an adjustment up here, okay? So not this corner, this one looks pretty good, but the next one, okay? Keep it on the left edge, just a 5 feet long. Pull it down and back in the gas valve. See how that opens up your exit? That's much better. we need to bounce maybe a touch sooner into 6, but otherwise, that was pretty good. We need a little higher, that's better. There, okay, so be careful with that. You go up easy, see? I called it before it even happened, right? You get carried away, you put a plate and you get see. That's a pretty large mistake, right? So keep yourself in check. You know, don't think braking deeper is going to make you go faster. Oftentimes you're going to end up slow in the middle of the corner and slow off the corner, okay? So keep your braking stuff in check. Okay, long and light on the brakes in places. You know, don't charge in, jump on the brake pedal hard, and make destabilize the car. And you got to be a little bit smoother with your initial steering input at times as well, Brandon, because I'm thinking the car started to the inside of the car. Okay, no big deal. All right, first lap looked pretty clean. Second lap was a little too aggressive. Right down here, light brakes earlier. Get it down to this white cone. Okay, that way we have a cleaner exit out of this next corner onto the straightaway. Squeeze the power in. Right now, Brandon, so stay behind. We're just going to reduce our speed, tighten up our spacing a little bit prior to a rotation. Good job overall, but don't get carried away with the brakes, okay? It's easy to think that you're going to gain a lot of speed into the braking zone by braking a little deeper, but in reality, you know, you're going to have to park the car in the middle of the corner where the car's going to slide, and it just doesn't pay off, right? So, all right? Cool. Let's have you go over to the right side and slow your speed to, you know, about 5-10 miles an hour. Bob, you'll be up behind me next, okay? Brandon, you're waiting for Carter to go by in that white 31. Down the left side for me. All right, excellent. All right, look into the right. It's the apex here, and we'll unwind and accelerate out, Bob. Up beyond my car though. Don't just get behind my car and, yeah, I want you to follow what I'm doing, but I still want you to be thinking about what your control work should be like, okay? Because when you were behind me, you weren't driving this fast. So make sure we're still thinking about our process. We're not just following my car, okay? Right now we should be looking towards turn 6, planning what we're going to do. Okay, look into the right, look around the apex at where you want to accelerate to. Good. Okay, now start looking around all the way to turn 2. So you're starting to plan, you got some good momentum here. Okay, nice and smooth through the dog leg onto the front. We're going to get in line with that orange cone firm. Squeeze the throttle in. Looking across. Good. And one other thing I want you to be working on, Bob, is I want you to be a little firmer initially with the brake in places. That way you can lighten up sooner. So we come up here, you know, be just a touch firmer at the beginning and then lighten up a little better because we have a tendency to be progressive with the brake, okay? Very gentle on this one, and then accelerate out. Lines up, nice and smooth line through here, not a lot of work. Very gentle on the brake for this one, very light, looking left. Now, firm initial, we got to clean up that apex though, okay? You got to turn a little bit more to meet that apex curve. Good, accelerate out. another wide slide through turn 6, so you gotta fix that, otherwise when it does bite you, it's gonna be expensive, man. So make sure we don't overdrive turn 6 coming down, man. Okay, looking to the right, lighten up on your brakes, Bob, rotate the car in, turn it, and then unwind and accelerate. Now down through here, just light drag to the brake, little drag there, let it turn, a little power, and then more power, ease back. We can throttle steer through these ones, we just kind of ease out of the gas. Firm on the brake, right about there, and then lighten up. Let it coast in, let it rotate, and then one time to the gas. Okay, good, that looked good. Looking up to the left, very gentle on the brakes here, lighten up on the brake pedal a little bit. There you go, looking for the next turn in, gentle drag the brake here, down the third. Came into that one just a little bit early off that left edge. So as a reminder, Brandon, down here in the corner that I'm in, you need to clean up that apex a bit. And you're wide there again, Bob, we keep missing that apex by a mile. So we got to look through that corner a little bit better. Unwind and accelerate. Okay, lighten up on the brake, let it up to the middle, looking left. Okay, we're going to work on this a little bit up here. You're doing good in this corner. Light brake pressure. Okay, looking right. Give it some power to put you on the left edge. A little power, keep that on the left edge a little longer. Light brake, and then back in the gas there. That was perfect. There you go, good job. Now, not this corner, but the next left. You need to work on this, okay? Look up to the left, balance slightly on the brake, and turn the steering wheel more where I'm at. So you tighten up this apex. That's better. Good job, buddy. Much better. Looking right. We're going to be starting cool down on the front straight, so just be aware of that, guys, but we'll accelerate onto the front straight. All right, nice job, gentlemen. Very, very well done. Good adjustment. Thanks for putting in the effort to kind of make those little fixes happen. All right, good job once again, guys. Really, really, really good, okay?